Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fan reaction show with me, Errol. And big up yourselves if you're sticking around, first and foremost. I know that was a tough watch. We have just witnessed Liverpool losing 3-2 to West Ham on the road. And it was a difficult 90 minutes for us, let's make no bones about it. So I'm going to jump into some of your reactions because this is your show, and let's get your thoughts out there right now. So we've got Brian G. He says, simply not good enough today. Our passing was very poor and we never really managed to get a grip on the game in the second half. Both our goals were great though. Yeah, we did, you know, and when you need an impact player to come off from the bench and do something for you, Divock pops up with a goal. It's just a shame that it was a goal to try and get us back into a game, and it wasn't a goal that customary goal to win us a game in that sense. So it was disappointing, but I think we was a little bit all over the place today. We didn't have any quality game management or anything like that, and we did get sucker punched by West Ham. So yeah, I totally second those opinions there. Richard Oliver, thank you, welcoming as a first team member as well. Thank you for joining at this difficult time. It feels like we're mourning because we've just had a 25 game unbeaten run come to an end really abruptly there. And welcome G Speedy as well as a first team member, so thank you very much for joining in with that one, gang. I'm going to head over to Twitter now and see what the tweets are saying. So we've got David Jacobs there replying and basically says, Allison off day, but he's entitled to the odd one. You never walk alone. And yeah, the final whistle show with me and Ross, I think I touched on that as well, and I said to him, this guy is still the world's best goalkeeper. He is going to save us more points this season than he loses us. It's almost guaranteed. But today wasn't his best day. He didn't cover himself in glory. I probably have him at fault for at least 2 of the goals. It's probably up for debate whether he could do anything about that Zuma one on the back post. It was difficult. It was disappointing, I'd say, from Allison today. He'll be kicking himself, but I know when he has moments like that, he's the type of person that focuses and he'll work hard to come back stronger in that sense. We've got Sompa N there as well in the tweets that says, it's crazy how the team can be so good in midweek and crap at the weekend. West Ham with a better team, lack of creativity, no threat of corners or crossing free kicks. Salah having an off day should not mean that we are shit. And you know what? That's very true. That, to be fair to you, because West Ham played in Europe as well this week, so there can't be excuses. They played on the Thursday, we played on the Wednesday, and we was at home as well. So you can't really use that as an excuse, and we was really good in midweek, and we know how difficult an opposition Atletico can be. So it was just a case of, I think, West Ham's game plan just worked to their optimum, and we just wasn't at the races today. All of the points that Sompa N comments there, the lack of creativity, we didn't carve them open enough. The crosses, I think he was poor, especially down that left hand side for a large part of the game, and the free kicks, we just wasn't dangerous. And yeah, I would agree that Salah probably wasn't having his best game today, but we shouldn't be overly reliant. There are another 10 other players on that pitch that can pop up with quality moments, and we shouldn't overly rely on Mohamed Salah's brilliance week in, week out. He's not a one-man team, or we're not a one-man team. Kedar says, what's going on with our defence? We're conceding goals for fun. We said it was because we missed Fabinho or we missed Matip, but we had everyone today and we still lost. Awful from set pieces. Yeah, that is a really difficult one to take, really, because we've been expecting Fabinho to come back and be that shield for us. There was comments made about Henderson in that 6 role the other day, and we just know that Fabinho, if he's fit, he's the perfect option for that. But again, being able to slice past our midfield, you're relying on that defence then to come up trumps with the likes of Van Dijk and Matip, and then those two not having a great game, kind of both running for the same ball for that second goal, and then obviously the goal being conceded by Allison when we know he could have done better. It is hard to take. It does need work. The only saving grace is probably the fact that we've got an international break now. That's a lot of thinking time for Klopp and his backroom staff to at least reflect and think about how they can tweak the system and make it more airtight, because we are giving up far too many chances too easily at the moment. I have to agree. Trevor Anderson, A bit sloppy during the game. Hannah's done a job on us. Ox was man of the match. Dust ourselves down and come back stronger after the international break. Yeah, I love that positivity. At the end of the day, you know, what's done is done now. It's in the history books in that sense. We know that we can perform a lot better than that. The lads, is you know, one of the other comments said we played so much better in midweek, arguably against tougher opposition as well in the Spanish champions. Yeah, I thought Ox looked well as well today in terms of that midfield role that he played. He was always willing to show for the ball. He did drive with it as well on a few occasions. He had a couple of nice touches. I think the one shot that he did have, it got blocked, unfortunately. I just don't think we had enough. I think when we seen Thiago come on, he seemed to pop the ball into around their box a lot quicker, and you know, that's kind of how Divock's goal kind of comes around as well. So we was sloppy, but we do, you know, that's the level of positivity we need. No need for the meltdown. Just dust ourselves off and let's go again. Simple as. Mahoon5 says, first of all, credit to West Ham. Game plan was perfect, but that's one of the worst performances I've seen from us in a while. Passing was atrocious, and positional sense at times was what you expect from an under-10s. Perhaps they need to lose and realise they can't just turn up to win. Do you know what? Some valid points there, bro. Some really valid points in that. You know, we said there's no room for complacency today. They've been an informed team. They've collected third most points in the calendar year out of any other team in the league. So it shows that they are capable. And West Ham's game plan was to play to their strengths. Set pieces. The graphic came up just as the goal was going in from the corner, so it told us everything we needed to know. And they sucker punched us as well. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the positional sense of the under 10s. I don't watch under 10s football, to be completely honest with you. If you do, good on you. You probably know a lot more than me. But I watched us, and we didn't look our usual selves today in terms of how we was defending as a unit. So I do get what you're saying when you mention that there. Just moving down again, Carl D, and yeah, I think we're probably going to touch on this on the instant match reaction, so make sure you get yourselves over to the Redmen TV, Redmen Plus at the moment, the upgraded subscription service that we've got here at Redmen. They are giving away a 3-month subscription as well for anyone that uses the promo code Redmen Plus. So make sure you get over there to watch all of the back catalogue, all of the interviews that we've currently got at the moment, all of the post-match content as well. Tons and tons of stuff going up over the next couple of days, especially over this international break. You're probably going to need to binge a little bit of Redmen TV for the soul and for the goodness. So get yourselves over to the Redmen TV, use the Redmen TV Plus promo code, and you'll get a 3-month subscription for that as well. But Carl D does make a great point there that Robbo was shockingly ineffective today. We've got to get the Greek more time. Fab looked like he's not completely over his injury, and overall a pretty crap performance. Hopefully we can regroup for the Arsenal. And do you know what? Touching on, you made a really good point that Arsenal game is going to be massive, because they've just went on to win today as well. And they are starting to look like a bit more of an informed team. They're currently sat a couple of points behind us. I think it's 2. So that becomes another game that we go into. That's going to be another big 6-pointer. Yeah, the fact that we had to bring Fabinho off, it indicates to me that had the game been going our way, we'd have probably brought him off in a little bit sooner. Because it wasn't, we was desperate to get something out the game, so we had to leave him on, but we still couldn't get 90 minutes out of him because he's probably not up to full fitness. And yeah, you know, we definitely will touch on Robbo in the instant match reaction. I'm sure Ross will touch on his player ratings as well, so we'll leave that for those chats there. Just a couple more chats that I do want to go to. Arsenal says, Allison's worst game, probably 3 corners, 1 bar, 2 goals, and also 1 from a positioning error. Still should have scraped a point out of it. If it was Sadio's worst performance as well. Sad to not capitalise on Chelsea losing points and ending the unbeaten run, but we'll be back, and that's it. Ending with that level of positivity. So in that respect, I've got no fear that we will come back, and we'll come back stronger, but it doesn't soften the blow, unfortunately, on a day like this. Sunday has been ruined by the Reds, but at the end of the day, hopefully it's a bit of a wake-up call for us, and like the other comment said, you know, we can't just turn up and expect to win, so hopefully it's a wake-up call for us, and the lads kind of grind out a little bit. We've got to start winning some games ugly over the next couple of weeks, especially when we come back from that international break. And finally, the last one from the Twitter chat there, Tom Quinn just sums it up there perfectly. Poor all over the pitch, had no plan to breach West Ham's setup. With all the possession we had, it always felt like West Ham were going to be more likely to score. Really disappointed Mane didn't even hit the target at the end. That miss summed us up really. And yeah, it was smoke but no cigar. Ultimately, Mane had a gilt-edged chance, probably one of the few that we carved open in that second half, and he can't even hit the target or make the keeper work or anything like that. So that was really disappointing. But at that point, I had almost kind of lost hope that was going to happen anyway. But you knew that was the last big chance that we got. So yeah, it wasn't a vintage Liverpool performance today, not at all. So finally, let's see if the YouTube chat has exploded. So we've got a few comments there to just pick up from the YouTube chat before we switch off and get over to the other post-match content that we need to do. But Martin Jeremy says, no need to panic. We scored 2 away from home, which usually wins you the game. Back to it in 2 weeks, hopefully be a kick up the arse. Yeah, completely second that as well. We do need that extra little bit of incentive at the moment to say, right, we can't keep dropping silly points. You know, we got lucky getting a point against Brighton. We've probably got our just desserts on the way that we've been playing at some points in this season by getting done over by West Ham. James Lim says, we were awful from the corner. Should have learned from that first one in the way that Antonio was in front of Ali. Someone should have taken charge there. West Ham are a good side and well played, onwards and upwards. Little emoji there as well. Yeah, completely agree with you. I think I commented that on the watch along that someone just needed to take Ali's place of wrestling with Antonio and just stand on him and give Ali that freedom to kind of command his box a little bit more, but it didn't happen and we didn't learn from it. G Speedy, again, first team member, so thank you for joining us. Ultra frustrating. Credit to West Ham though. Think the Prem might be a bit out of reach with this defence. The Champions League's our best chance at big silverware in my opinion. You never walk alone. Well, the good thing is we're still in both competitions. We already know that we're through to the last 16 of the Champions League, and there's still plenty of games to play in the Premier League. So don't write us off yet. But if we want to turn ourselves into serious title contenders, we're going to either need to start playing above the level that we've currently been playing, or we're going to have to start grinding out results and winning ugly on a more consistent basis. Neil Mo says, Liverpool build-up was too slow and sloppy. Wasn't a normal performance, but they will bounce back. Yeah, I'm loving that. That's what I need to hear right now. The fact that there's a confidence, not just me, it's not just blind faith that we are going to bounce back. Other people see it as well. We have that ability to bounce back. We will come back stronger, and that is what is needed at the end of the day. So make sure you're keeping that energy, keep that positivity coming, because at the end of the day, there's no need for a meltdown right now. All teams this season, we've went the longest unbeaten so far this season. That in itself it deserves a lot of credit. Or everybody else has been beaten up till now, so we just need to start making sure that we nail on some results. S1KZ with the £1.79 super chat. Thank you very much for that. I'm much appreciated. I feel like Ali fumbles under pressure too much. I wouldn't say too much. He fumbled under pressure today. Yeah, a couple of occasions. I wouldn't say too much. There's been so many times when there's been mountains of pressure, big games, high stakes, and that man has been a man mountain, and he stepped up to the plate for us. So I don't think it's been too much. I honestly just think he had an off day today, and like the Twitter comment said, he's entitled to one. There's another 10 players there that could have bailed him out. Trent almost did it in the first half. We just wasn't good enough in that second for me. James Lim comes back and says maybe Konate would have suited today, his strength and pace. I reckon Fabinho is slightly carrying something, and he's been forced back due to the injuries that we've got. And it is. Klopp's got a really tricky job, but the saving grace at the moment is we've got 2 weeks. Hopefully some players do come back from the international break with a little bit more fitness, a little bit more energy in the legs, and that's what we can hope for at this moment in time. Fab was looking like he was probably carrying something towards the end, or maybe it's just the fact that he's not up to full match fitness. So hopefully a bit of a break and not too much strenuous international duties will do a couple of our midfield lads the world of good. But you know what? We've got one more super chat, and then I'm going to end because we've still got some more post content to do. It's Jerome there with the £6.98 GD. Thank you very much for that. Don't think we were awful overall. I've seen worse, but conceding 2 corners in a game is just unacceptable. But we will go again. You never walk alone. And thank you for ending the show on that level of positivity, bro. Really do appreciate it, because that's what we need. We will go again. This is Liverpool. You never walk alone when you're with us. We never make things easy. It was an uncomfortable watch today. It wasn't a great typical Sunday. And we have just, lost an unbeaten 25 run as well. So, breathe, take a deep breath. Go enjoy your Sunday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, wherever it is that you're watching in the world. Switch off. And if you need a little bit more for a little bit therapeutic sessions, Sign up to the Redmen Plus now. You'll get all the post-match content, plus a month 3 subscription, and you will get all of the back catalogue, plus all the other documentaries that the Redmen TV have been working hard to bring to you over the last couple of months as well. So make sure you do that now as well. But that's it from your fan reactions. Thank you very much for the tweets. Thank you very much for your YouTube comments as well, for all the members there, all the first team members that signed up. And we will catch you again after the international break. We'll see you soon.
Everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you want more from us, then please do consider joining Redmen Plus, our Liverpool streaming service, with extra shows, bonus features, interviews, and incredible documentaries like Netflix for Liverpool fans. We've got the club captain and the club legends here. If you join as a club legend, you get your name in this wonderful list here. Look at them wonderful legends. Anyway, Redmen Plus on the redmentv.com. Join up.